Sierradale Homestead here today. Welcome everybody. Looks like it's going to be another warm day today. Sun's coming out. I'm out here just a little bit early, and we got a lot of stuff to bloom and a lot of stuff going on today. But just want to take you with me a little bit here this morning. There's one of my mountain olive trees. As you can see, mountain olives are well on their way. They're going to be loaded this year. But we're out here today for these fellers right here. The blackberries are ready to be picked. So we're going to go blackberry picking today and try to get us enough to put in the freezer. And so we can make some cobblers and some jelly and some wine and everything else that we can make out of them. But as you can see, the vines have quite a few on them. It's ready to pick. So we're gonna get started, and I'll touch base with y'all here in a little bit and let you know how it's going, because I can't hold the phone and fight with the briar patch too. So because these are all wild grown, these are not thornless. I've got 3 small thornless started here on the homestead, but they're not producing enough yet. So we're gonna get started picking, and I'll holler back at you here in just a little bit. All right, guys, we're back again. I was just want to show you a couple things. This is another one of the patches of mountain olives, and like I said, they are absolutely loaded. But as I was in here picking these blackberries here, I done picked all good ones off there. Just happened to look up at that bush right there. Kind of hard to see him. He's kind of hidden in there. And we're going to try to get around this shoemake. I'll go ahead and touch on that real quick. Shoemake, shumac, whatever you call it in your region. This is a staghorn. You know, a lot of people, especially homesteading videos, I think there's one disclaimer that they need to add. That's why I don't do much on herbs. I may do a little bit more, but disclaimer is even though it's an herb or it's natural, you get it out of your yard, field, woods, does not mean it's any less dangerous than a prescription drug. And here's why. A lot of people use this staghorn. It's in the Boy Scout manual for making lemonade and using the berries for various things. My family, we can't have anything to do with this. It breaks us out worse than some of the worst cases of poison ivy I've ever seen. Large blisters. My granddad, before he passed away, he had burnt some of it. He had to go to the hospital. He put blisters down inside of his throat and on his lungs. If I get the sap on me, I will break out in blisters. So, you know, you got to watch out with herbs. I know Doug and Stacy done a good video on this right here, Queen Anne's lace, and they done a great job on the video. Yet I was talking to a woman last year. She gathered Queen Anne's lace. She knew what it was. She followed all the rules and that. But ended up she was allergic to it. So you got to watch out with herbs. You try just a little bit to begin with. Make sure you're not allergic to it. Then, you know, proceed with caution still. But back to what I was getting to here. I got a little off track when I seen the shoemake bush there. Oh, this is a wild rose bush. Now, this winter, when a lot of these turn red, the berries, we'll gather them because you can make hemp tea and that out of it, and they're very good with vitamin C. So we will gather them this fall when they turn red. But that was just another little thing stuck back in here that you really wouldn't notice. And on your homestead, if you look, you'll have bushes and that hid back in the edges of the woods and that are all useful. We'll do a video later on if the birds don't get them before I do. not only do, past videos you've seen the blueberries here on the homestead, but we also have huckleberries on the edge of the wood line. So we will do a video on the huckleberry as well. So some people call them huckleberries, some people call them wild blueberries, but to me they're not a wild blueberry, they're a huckleberry. To me there's a difference in the taste and everything. So alright guys, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and show you that little bit of additional food source we have here. And this, if you can see it, all the silvery looking bushes, all that is mountain olives. And I think we're gonna have a bumper crop of them this year. All right guys, I'll holler at you in a little while. Okay guys, we're back again. We've been picking for probably 30-40 minutes, and we've got almost a half a gallon. We had a bumper crop of blackberries this year, but with the drought we've had recently, I mean, as you can tell, they're loaded. But here's the problem. You see how tiny they are? So it takes a whole lot of picking to get a gallon of blackberries this year. So we're gonna call it done for today. Let these here on the front side, they get the morning sun. They've still got a lot more ripening to do. And I'll walk down here and show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not, but there's a lot here. And there's a few black ones mixed in, but most of them are still red. But they're just so small. So we will be back. And I just noticed I got a wild grapevine right back in there. But we'll come back and check these later this week or into next week. We call them black-eyed Susans. But we'll come back and pick some more later. Alright guys, I just wanted to bring you along a little bit today on this picking, and we may combine it with another video. So until next time guys, I'll holler at you later. Hello everybody, I'm back again. We just got done picking those blackberries. So I come by the garden, started looking, and of course there's the tops of some tomatoes that's been ate off. Well, I get to looking, and can you all see him? See him hid right down the middle of those tomatoes? See if we can't get that big feller off of there. He's on there good. There he is. Eating my tomato plants. And let me show you something. Now these are up in a pot. In the black pot. And I want to show you something. Can you see him? Let's see if we can get this big feller off. Mix number 2. Now I don't see no more on there, and hopefully these 2 are it. But that's 2 big ones right there. So we're gonna go check the other plants and make sure we ain't got none hid on them, and we're gonna get rid of them. Chickens are gonna have a treat this morning. Alright guys, I just want to show you them 2. That one was hid real nice right down the middle of them tomatoes. Alright guys, I'll let you in a little bit. Alright guys, this is our harvest for today off the homestead. We were able to get some peas, and some of them are large enough I can shell them and the peas inside. Some of them are just good enough for stir fries or salads. Some new potatoes. These are off the new potatoes that was my pride and joy this spring. They had died right after they bloomed. I thought it was the heat that killed them, After digging these up, I bet I had 50 or 60 grub worms that were in there, and there's hardly any root at all left on the plants. So I think it was actually them that got in there and ate the root systems. So they all went to the chickens this morning, along with the tomato caterpillars we found on the tomatoes this morning. There was a total of 6 of them between all the plants. They all went to the chickens. This is the first harvest of some mess of green beans. This is the first of the year, so that'd be a good little mess for us. Here's a couple bags of those blackberries we were picking earlier. Got them all washed and let them dry for a little bit. Then I put them in these bags, and we're gonna go ahead and freeze these. We got a few more cayenne hot peppers today. We had a bunch more chilies, and I just wanted to let them grow a little bit because I wanted some bigger ones to end up stringing up and drying. So we let that go. Here's about I guess we picked 4 or 5 times off the cucumbers. And here was this batch this time. Then here's 2 of my cabbages. I had put up 4 cabbages. I took and cut 3 out of the 4 today. Right after we had that rain, it's like the cabbage caterpillars somebody had brought them in there by the bucket and dumped them on one of the cabbages. I mean, within 2 days it looks like, you know, unbelievable. Holes, I mean, just hundreds of worms on it, or caterpillars. So what I done was I cut it off. I mean, I tried peeling it back. They had bored all the way down inside the head of the cabbage, so I mean, it was literally covered. You couldn't put your hand on the cabbage head without touching them. So I just took it and turned it upside down and put it in a bowl inside the chicken coop. Let them have it. Cut my losses. Went ahead and cut these 2 out. I've got 1 more. It doesn't even look like it's even been touched yet. So the head's a little bit smaller on it, so I'm going to give it a day or 2, and then I'll harvest it. What we don't use off of the cabbages, when we peel the leaves back, what we don't use will go back to the goat and the chickens, so it will be used. And the leaves off the rest of them up there will also go to the goat and the chickens. Alright guys, I was just going to show you a little bit of what we harvested today. And I'm going to get this stuff put up and get on to my next chore. If y'all like what you see, you know, subscribe, like, comment, let me know. And I appreciate it. Have fun.